Hey everyone, welcome back to channel Tanu Wellness. If you're new to our channel, I'm Dr. Tanushree, physio and your wellness expert. Do you know a knee condition which affects millions worldwide? And you guessed it right, that's osteoarthritis of knee. And in today's video, we're going to see everything about osteoarthritis of knee, which means this is wear and tear of the joint. We'll see how is it different from a different arthritis named rheumatoid arthritis, what are the symptoms, how it affects our daily lives, why it happens, and of course, 5 simple effective exercises to manage your knee pain. So if you are suffering from osteoarthritis or you know somebody who has this condition, then this video is for you. And don't forget to stick around till the end because there is going to be a bonus tip that will make a big difference in your daily life. Now, to understand osteoarthritis of knee, it's very important to understand what causes it, what is the anatomy, what is the structure of our knee joint. So in this video, we'll cover the anatomy of the knee joint, but also we'll see exactly what happens when you have osteoarthritis of knee. Then we will see top 5 causes of this condition, followed by comparison between osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Now, there's a lot of confusion when you have arthritis or you have knee pain. You don't know whether it is rheumatoid arthritis or it is osteoarthritis. So we will see what do you have by seeing the key signs and symptoms, followed by top 5 exercises which will help in managing your pain and also help with mobility of your knee joint. Finally, we'll highlight certain occupations that are prone to osteoarthritis of knee. And remember, there's a bonus tip at the end of the video, so stay tuned. And before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel Tanu Wellness. Click the notification bell so that you don't miss out on our weekly wellness tips, exercise videos. Also, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share with somebody who might benefit from this information. Now, before we dive in to understand what osteoarthritis of knee is, it's very important to understand the anatomy of our knee joint. Now, we all know knee joint is one of the largest and complex joints of our body. Now, have a look at this knee structure. This is our thigh bone, which is the femur. This is the tibia, which is the shin. This is the patella, which is also known as the kneecap. Now, these bones are cushioned by a layer of cartilage, which is a smooth rubbery tissue in between, which acts as shock absorber, enabling smooth movement. Now, when you have osteoarthritis, this particular cartilage gradually wears away, leading to bone on bone contact. So if you see, this is our thigh bone and this is the shin bone. The space, if you see in x-rays, the space will reduce because this particular cartilage, the smooth rubbery tissue will wear off. It will come off, increasing the contact of these two bones. That leads to osteoarthritis, which comes with pain, lot of swelling. Sometimes there's a lot of friction. That's why you have constant pain, because whenever you sit or you stand or you try to climb the stairs or you descend the stairs, there is a lot of friction in this particular area because there is wear and tear of this particular cartilage. Now, one more thing is there is a synovial fluid which is present in the joint, which lubricates. It's like oiling of the joint. Over the period of time, that synovial fluid also reduces, which further contributes to discomfort and reduce mobility. Now, in osteoarthritis, not only there is pain, swelling, redness, but there is also lot of reduced range of motion. So, if you're able to bend your knee to a particular degree, because of so much of pain and wear and tear of this cartilage, the range of motion is also reduced, decreasing the quality of your life. Have you wondered what causes the wear and tear on the knee? Here are the top 5 causes of knee osteoarthritis. 1. Aging. Yes, you heard it right. As we age, there is natural deterioration of the cartilage in our joint that leads to osteoarthritis, and that's why it's commonly seen in elderly people. 2. Obesity. Extra weight will put additional pressure on the knee joint, which will accelerate the breakdown of cartilage. So if you want to reduce the likelihood of osteoarthritis, you better start losing weight. 3. Previous injury. Now, any past injuries, it could be due to accident or it could be anything related to sports injury where you have had ligament tear or you had a meniscal tear, that will increase the chances of you developing osteoarthritis. 4, genetics. If you have anybody in the family who has osteoarthritis or suffering from osteoarthritis, you are prone to having osteoarthritis, but it's not 100% sure that you will have osteoarthritis. 5, occupational hazards. If your job includes lot of repetitive movements of your knee joint, or there is heavy lifting, you are likely to have early onset of osteoarthritis. If you're finding this information useful, please take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who could benefit from it. Remember, your support helps us create more content like this. Don't forget, there's a bonus tip at the end of this video, so make sure you watch all the way through. Now, it's very important for you to differentiate between osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. So now when you have knee pain and if you feel it could be arthritis, but you are confused whether it's osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, worry not, because now I'll tell you few differentiating factors you can look for yourself whether it's an osteoarthritic condition or whether it's an rheumatoid arthritic condition. While both are arthritis and they attack the joint, but the signs, symptoms, treatment plan are totally different. So let's get started. Number 1, in osteoarthritis is always a wear and tear of the joint. Like I mentioned before, the cartilage, the shock absorber, the smooth tissue gets wear off. So over the period of time, slow progression, slowly, you will see you have started developing knee pain. Unlike in rheumatoid arthritis, it's not a degenerative change, it's an autoimmune disorder where your own body's immune system mistakenly attacks the joint lining, causing a lot of inflammation. So in rheumatoid arthritis, you will have a lot of inflammation. Number 2, in osteoarthritis, it is more on activity, and when you rest it out, you feel better. In rheumatoid arthritis, it's the other way around. Inactivity causes pain, and a typical sign of rheumatoid arthritis is morning pain and lot of stiffness in the morning. So when you get up in the morning, you feel this lot of stiffness, lot of pain for the first hour. That is a typical sign of rheumatoid arthritis. Number 3, osteoarthritis affects one joint, maybe knee or maybe few joints. It could be a hip joint. Unlike in rheumatoid arthritis, it's multiple joints, and it's always seen if you have one side wrist pain, you will have the other side wrist pain also, and it also affects the smaller joints. It could be fingers also. And I mentioned before, in osteoarthritis, it is slow, progressive, age-related, condition, arthritis. That's why it's commonly seen in elderly people. However, in rheumatoid arthritis, it's commonly seen in the age between 30 to 50 years. Otherwise, it's commonly in this bracket, but it is seen in any age, rheumatoid arthritis, and it is not slow progressive. It could come suddenly, and if it is not treated well, you might even have deformity of your fingers because it affects the small joints. Now, number 4, you have lot of inflammation in rheumatoid arthritis. There's a lot of redness, warmth. When you touch the area, you touch the joint, it always feels warm because there's so much of inflammation in rheumatoid arthritis. And osteoarthritis, typically if you touch the joint, you might not feel, or you might not see the redness, you might not feel warm. It's more of pain and stiffness. And the 5th one, the treatment is very, very different. Osteoarthritis works wonderfully with exercises, physiotherapy, exercises which are exclusively designed for treating this condition. And initially when you have a lot of pain, even painkillers work well, but after some time there are exercises which are exclusively designed which will work, and we'll be seeing in the other section. I will be showing you all the exercises which will help in your osteoarthritic knee condition. Whereas in rheumatoid arthritic condition, to some extent, initially, for some mobility, you might have to do some exercises, but primarily you'll have to go for anti-rheumatic fever medicine and anti-rheumatic medicines. So these are a few things where you can actually look for yourself whether it's osteoarthritic or rheumatoid arthritic condition. Now coming to our first exercise, which is a calf stretch. Now this particular exercise is excellent when it comes to reducing your knee pain related to osteoarthritis. If you have seen my previous videos where I have shown many exercises related to knee pain in either lying position or in a long sitting position, but all exercises for today are going to be in standing position. So for this particular stretch, I want you to stand, go very close to a wall or a support, take support of the wall or a bed, and then start moving your right leg forward gently, and left leg backward, gently, the way I'm doing. Maintain the stretch. You will feel a nice stretch in your left calf area. Hold for 2 seconds. 1, 2, and then gently pull your right knee backward. We'll do it again. Right knee in forward. Start stretching the left calf area. Hold for 1, 2 seconds and relax. Make sure you're maintaining that support throughout. We'll switch. Now I'm doing the left leg. My right leg goes backwards, left leg forward until I feel a nice stretch in my right calf area. Hold for 2 seconds. 1, 2, and relax. Initially, this particular exercise can be done 5 times on each side, and then once you have gained a little strength and you've reduced your pain, then you can increase your repetitions. You can do 10, 15 on each side. Make sure you do it regularly because this particular exercise is excellent for enhancing blood circulation, thus reducing osteoarthritic pain. Now coming to our exercise number 2, which is a modified squat exercise. Yes, it sounds little challenging, but don't worry, it's very simple. We're going to do a modified version of a squat, which is very important when you're treating a osteoarthritic condition. Now you're going to be standing, like I mentioned before, you're going to be very close to a wall or a bed. Go closer. Now you can actually take support of the wall or your bed, and then I want you to keep your back straight. Start with keeping your hands in front, then gently, like I pushed my legs a little forward, and then just go down like this. You can see there's hardly any squatting, but you are going to feel your knees moving. So we do it again. Initially just 1, hold for 1 or 2 seconds and relax. Now very important thing over here is you must be thinking, where was the squat? But if when you do this exercise with an osteoarthritic knee, you will feel that strain in your knee. That's why initially I want you to feel your knee by taking bed support or a wall support. Now once you've developed a little bit of strength, move a little in front. In this you're going to use a pillow or a ball. Hold it in your hand the way I'm doing. I'll be showing in both from both the sides. Now gently make sure you don't do this. Your knees should not go in front. Rather, I want you to push your hip backwards. Again, I am sitting on my bench or I'm sitting on my bed midway. Hold 1, 2 and relax. So when you're holding a pillow or you're holding a ball, you are pushing your hip first. I'll show you one more version, which is an incorrect version. When you're doing without any support, what you tend to do is you tend to do this. So you're not supposed to move the knee forwards. You're supposed to move the knee aligned with your toes, pushing the hip backwards. Now I'll show you in a sideline version. Now again, make sure your hip and your feet are apart. Keep them apart, hands in front. Now first is hold the pillow or you hold the ball. Start pushing your hip backwards. Go to a level where you're comfortable. Initially, if you're not able to hold, do not hold. Just go down and up. Try doing at least 2 to 3 times initially. Push, down, up. Push, down, up. Breathe in normally. In case, like I told you, if you need support, take a wall support or a bed support. Sit on your chair, sit on your bed initially, and then move to without support and with a ball or a pillow. This is an excellent modified squat for strengthening your quadricep muscles, working your glutes, working your lower body, and that will help in strengthening the structure in and around your knee. Initially try, like I said, 3 to 4 or 5 times initially, and then you can move to 10 repetitions total. Now let's do our third exercise, which is a hamstring curl. Hamstring curl is a very simple exercise. However, you have to be in standing position with support. It could be, like I mentioned earlier, a wall support or a bed support. Go closer to the chair or a bed. Then start floating your one leg up. Hold with one hand, hold your foot. Try getting the heel closer to your buttock. Hold for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and gently drop. Now, if you don't have too much of pain, you will be able to pull the heel closer to your buttock. When you're in too much of pain, you might not be able to do so much. So for that, what you can do is gently bend the other knee as well. Take good support. Float your leg up. Pull your foot closer. Bend knee and try to move and relax. Do it couple of times. Once you're confident, you feel you're able to do without bending the knee, then keep your body straight. Lift your leg up, take support, pull up, pull your heel closer to your buttock. Try to now hold your toes, pull it in, hold for 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and gently release. This can be done on the other side. Try to do at least 5 to 10 hamstring curls initially. Once you're confident, then go for more repetitions and try to do it regularly. Now, the fourth exercise is a very simple exercise, which is a side leg raise. In this, you will be standing close to the wall or a bed and then gently lift one leg up and down, up and down. Now over here, the common mistake is when you're lifting your leg out, you tend to move to the opposite side. You tend to lean towards the wall. Avoid that. If you're doing this, is wrong. You have to take support and just move the leg out and in. This is an excellent exercise for strengthening your hip abductors. Now, when you're working on the knee, we tend to focus on hamstrings, we tend to focus on quadricep muscles, but we tend to forget the hip adductors. This is very important for stabilizing your knee joint. So when you're doing this side leg raise, it helps in stabilizing the side of your hip muscles. And repeat this on both the sides, say 10 times initially, and then you can increase your repetitions, but make sure you don't lean sideways. Stand straight and just move. If you have a lot of pain, then don't lift higher. Just lift till, say, a few degrees off the floor. Once you have maintained little balance, you can go higher. Out, in, 10 on each side. Now coming to our fifth exercise, which is a heel raise. Now heel raises are very simple exercises but very important because it not only helps in reducing knee pain, but it helps in stability of your ankle. So in this, you're going to be closer to the wall or a bed and try to lift your heels together. Hold, go heels off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and down. Go up again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. This helps in enhancing blood circulation in your calf area as well. Initially do it 10 to 15 heel raises and later you can start with 30 heel raises in a day. Now coming to our bonus section, let's take a moment to recognize how knee osteoarthritis impacts people in various professions. Now, certain occupations are more prone to knee osteoarthritis because of the physical demand they place on our knees. For instance, construction workers, warehouse employees, and others who engage in heavy lifting often experience knee pain. Now, similarly, jobs that require prolonged standing, like teaching, nursing, and those involve a lot of repetitive knee movements such as athletic careers also possess a higher risk. So understanding these risks can help you take preventive measures such as regular exercise, proper body mechanics to protect your knee in the long term. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap what we covered today in this video. First, we discussed about the anatomy and structure of our knee joint and we saw how osteoarthritis develops. Then we saw top 5 causes and difference between rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. We also discussed signs and symptoms, highlighted effective exercises, and talked about occupations that are prone to this condition. Now, remember, managing osteoarthritis is all about being proactive and staying informed. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel Tanu Wellness, and do share with your family and friends. Also, check out our other videos for more in-depth knowledge and guidance on maintaining your overall well-being. Thanks for watching.